Yeah, we are back. The Racer X Exhaust podcast. Been far too long, 3 weeks since we've had one of these. And the reason why? Well, blame Steve Matthes. I've been recording my phone calls with FaceTime audio. Worked great. Steve wanted to start doing the same on his end for his podcast, like the race review one we do every Sunday night. But the only way to make my system jive with his system so we could do our podcast together, both using FaceTime, was for me to upgrade the operating system that I have on my computer. I did that. It ruined my life. A whole bunch of things got messed up on my end. And it also included the way that I was recording these is no longer possible because the new software on my computer, Apple has upgraded their security. They don't like people recording FaceTime audio conversations. So this has been a disaster for me. I've lost interviews. I can't make anything work. I had to resort to the racetrack. So there I was, Friday, Southwick Press Day, and I really wanted to bring my recorder in and talk to both Michael Mosiman and Jordan Bailey. You may not know them very well because they're relatively new to the scene, but they are hilarious. They are two of the most outgoing personalities you'll meet anywhere, let alone at a racetrack. I wanted to interview them both, but Mosiman was not there because he got hurt on Thursday and didn't come to Southwick. But it was no problem. I still had Bailey. I still had a recorder, and that's all you need because what I've now learned is Jordan Bailey does not ever stop talking. He's either a perfect match for me or maybe it's two rights making a wrong or two wrongs making a right. But when Jordan Bailey talks, he just keeps going, and then other people stop by. So in this podcast, you'll hear Jordan talking to Bobby Hewitt, his team owner, James Hansen from Rockstar, and then his best bud, Chase Sexton. And we bring Sexton in, and we end up talking to Sexton about overheating in Florida. Zach Osborne sees us talking. He comes over, end up having a long three-way conversation, those three, and I listen in on it. It's great stuff. Jordan Bailey doesn't stop talking. He is a magnet for conversation. So you will learn so much about racing, about dads, training, results, pressure, all this stuff in this podcast with Jordan Bailey. But my apologies to our sponsor, Yoshimura. We had no podcast for 3 weeks, so they're back. Yoshimura-rd.com. Check them out for all of your exhaust needs. That includes the cool exhaust system that you'd see on Chase Sexton's motorcycle. Powered him to the 2019 250 Supercross East Region Championship. The website is redesigned. It's all new. It's awesome. Also follow Yoshimura on social media. They've got great stuff, so thanks to them. Also thanks to Racer X Illustrated. That's our magazine. Keep the lights on here, everybody. The magazine is still our flagship. That's where it's at, and I'll give you an awesome deal. Go to racerxonline.com/99 cents. That's 99. The actual numbers. Don't type it out. 99 cents, 99 cents, CENTS. We will give you a free trial. 99 cents will give you the magazine and access to the digital edition for 3 months for 99 cents. That's 33 cents a month. Even I would pay 33 cents a month. Our digital edition is all new. It's awesome. It scrolls vertically, just like looking at Instagram. It's so fun to read. Issue we have out right now, all new stories that are completely different than anything you'd see on the website or on our social media. It's got Justin Cooper on the cover. The next issue, I just completed a story on drama in the 250 class as far as riders changing teams for 2020. Lots of silly season and insider team gossip there in the story I wrote. You can only read it in the magazine, print, or the digital edition. So go to racerxonline.com/99 cents or go to racerxbrand.com. Don't forget the discount code for RacerX swag and gear and all that. 20% off your order if you type in exhaust in all capital letters. Those are the promos. Sorry we missed it for the last 3 weeks. Now let's talk to Jordan Bailey and then hear Jordan Bailey talking to everyone else. Here we're going to start with Jordan and his team owner, Bobby Hewitt. Also, James Hansen from Rockstar Energy will be over there from the sponsor's perspective weighing in. And then we'll get to part two with Sexton and Osborne. Here we go.
So, us riders in the rig were highly confused on the fact of what...
Hey, I can tell them about, I sent you a message. Let's talk about that.
Come
on. It took 3 days to figure it out.
Wait, so Bobby Hewitt wanted you to chunk your goggles?
He says he was liking
I said, chunk that over there.
Chunk that?
Yeah, chunk that instead of chuck that.
Oh, okay. But I didn't even realize
chunk,
what it was.
and I found it hilarious. I told all my friends.
Your dad left.
Yeah.
I thought your dad was super cool, laid back guy. When I interact,
That's Jim 4K. I'm 3K. So anything you need from him, I can do better probably.
well, that's what I'm sensing, a little rivalry here between you
Yeah.
guys, who apparently can
Yeah.
bring the heat.
He doesn't play
You know.
golf with me due to the fact that I can beat him. Yeah, I mean we shouldn't play sports together because it'd turn out pretty ugly.
I don't allow him in the pits because I can get Jordan mentally prepared and in a really good spot, and his dad can run it in about 2 seconds.
I could qualify P2
Yeah.
a tenth off of first, and he'd be like, "That sucked." You tell me a tenth, you couldn't get a tenth. That's how he goes. And I
If
think
you wouldn't have shut off early at the finish line,
yeah.
you would have got
he thinks it's like reverse psychology. I remember in amateurs, he would tell me, usually about 2 weeks before Loretta's, that I'm gonna get smoked.
Okay.
And like I'd really be riding good, and he'd be like, "Dude, you're gonna get just." He'd wait for like that one day during the week where you don't have a good motor or something. He's like, "Dude, you're gonna get smoked," knowing that it was just gonna piss me off. But then the older I got, I kind of figured it out.
Okay, so he was pressing your buttons at first,
Yeah,
but now it sounds like you're pressing right back.
yeah. He kind of took me in school too long. I think
Okay.
I got too far into high school to where I started actually using my brain. So then I learned, but then I learned how he operates. So then I just get that thing on fire.
Okay, he, like I said, with what I see from the outside, he seems pretty chill. So is he only like that with you or with people in the family, or is he getting gnarly in general?
No, it's only with racing.
It's only with racing.
My mom wears the pants in the house.
He's gonna love that.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Hey.
He should have been a part of this. He could have
Like-
defended himself.
If in school, if I were to get in trouble, the teachers would always like, "Which parent you want me to call?" I'd be like, "Oh, call my dad," because my dad's the type who'd be like, "You're telling me you can't deal with like a 9-year-old kid in your class?" But with that being said, there'd be an email sent to my mom,
Okay.
and my mom would get home at around 6, and yeah, it was butt whooping up a lifetime.
So your mom got gnarlier.
Yeah, she was the one that would freaking lose it on me. He was just more or less, but my dad's a weird type, man. He would get real mad if I did bad at a race. Like, he'd be pissed, and then we'd be on the drive home. He'd be pissed for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We'd go get something to eat, and then honestly, it was like we never raced. I was always confused by it. I'm like, he's like not pissed, doesn't care. Like,
What is the first signal? Like, when do you first find out, oh, I guess he's good now? Like, take me through is there like silence for 5 minutes? And you're like, is the next word going to be back on the arguing? Or is the next word going to be changing the subject? Like, is there like a moment of like,
I haven't seen that.
No,
I
it'll-
can tell by his walk coming to the
Yeah,
pit.
you can tell by his walk.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
that's actually funny.
aggressive walk.
Yeah.
That's funny because he goes when he's mad, he walks very fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like almost running like. It's kind of scary. Usually arms don't move either. They're either like
If I
crossed.
see him coming towards the rig and at a fast pace, I'm trying to head him off.
Yeah, like
Because you were trying to block him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he's coming.
So you're not feeling that that's necessarily, you're trying to get him where
we don't need any more distractions on race day.
you don't need an additional, yeah. You're
Well,
gonna try to,
We're
My
professional
parents
now.
don't go to work with me, so
you're saying this right now.
no, we've had the conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all good now. We have
Oh, okay.
we have an understanding. In fact, last week was the first race he's been
Back,
to.
yeah.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen him. I just thought wrong place, wrong time.
No, I mean he. No, I think that's a lot for a lot of amateur parents.
Sure.
You don't see them around as much because they're so used to being the team manager.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
Yeah.
but and then when we go professional, we have Bobby, Scuba, mechanics. We have a lot of people that have positive input, and we don't need the negative input. Okay, we don't have enough time during the day to need Dad saying, "Hey, you suck," because this is now my job, not his job to get me here. You know.
Yeah, there's no construction.
No.
It's not constructive criticism.
No,
it's just,
we
why
have-
do you suck so bad?
We have 30 minutes during the day in between, or 45 minutes in
Yeah.
between races. We don't need anybody else kind
It's
of.
not giving, you're not saying like, I noticed this inside line versus this outside
Yeah,
line.
no,
It's not like that.
no. My dad was definitely not the riding coach type.
Hey, what was the text message that I sent you? It took 3 days
All right,
for you
all
to
right,
figure out.
So this guy had sent me a text message.
This is good.
And Bobby,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
he
yeah.
needs to text me more as like a 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid. So therefore, like 6 words.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, that's how 6 words in an
Okay.
emoji. That kind of
Okay.
works. And
Broke up into 4 texts.
all the words are misspelled.
Yeah.
So therefore, I understand it well.
Okay, that's
But
your language.
He sends me this super long message on So we had a joke. If I rode like not very good on race day, they called me Jackie.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
So
Okay.
he said something is
Who's showing up this week?
Yeah, who's
Jordan
showing
or
up this
Jackie?
Okay.
but he like used a question mark after who's showing up this weekend. And I had assumed, well, I just read it there and stopped and said, oh, my dad's showing up this weekend. And then,
Oh, you didn't actually write Jordan or Jackie.
No,
You
no,
just
he
wrote-
did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you
but
did?
it was
didn't read the
after
whole
that.
text.
I stopped it there.
It's too
He
long.
didn't-
It's too long.
The text was too long. He didn't read the whole
Yeah.
Too
He
long.
had to ask his
short
brother.
attention
What
span.
was the abbreviation?
I don't remember.
It was FYI or something on Monday.
Oh, gosh. Let me pull it up.
He's actually looking through it now. Well, I do have to ask, dude. Do you have rough drafts of your text? Because when he does send text, dude, they're like books.
No,
How do you do it?
everybody's like, my emails
do
and
it?
it. What do you mean?
Like,
How do I do it?
Do you type it on a computer first? Do you edit it? Like, how can
No.
you type that much? It's so well done. It's so
On
carefully.
a text message?
Yes.
That's when you pick up the phone and you just call someone.
It's like with Hines, the
Yeah.
president of
Yeah.
Husqvarna. I have to tell him, okay, I have the short version, because he's like, okay, give me the short version, give me the short version. Or if I send an email, they're like, anyone I send an email to in the corporate office, I know their head hits the desk first when they open it, because it's like, Jesus Christ, couldn't you just say it in a paragraph?
I think
Okay,
this
here we
text message will go more towards my side. So it starts with, hey, Jordan, got a question for you, period. Who is coming to the race this weekend? Question mark. MF Jordan? Question mark. Or Weekend Jasmine? LOL. So, okay.
Oh, the MF.
So the
Is there a
MF,
dash? Is there a dash?
yeah, the MF had thrown me off. I ain't never seen that before.
Okay.
M-F.
I'm thinking of curse words, slang, like, I'm kind of thinking it all.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's a curse word. It's not.
No,
Monday
yeah,
through
Monday
Friday.
through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Or weekend Jasmine.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's normally Jackie, but Jasmine does too.
All right. All right.
But so I said, who is coming this weekend? My dad will be going this weekend, and then he says, a little,
not at all what
his
you were
little-
asking.
He sends a motivational, you can do this, I know you can, Bobby. So he makes you feel really, really good about yourself. And so I said, my dad will be coming this weekend. I got a solid day in today, and thanks, Bobby. Based off of who is coming to the race this weekend. Not knowing what MF Jordan, because I was being called Jackie.
Monday through Friday, Jordan.
So-
Jasmine
Because
was new to you.
during the week, I mean, quite a few days. I mean, he's the fastest guy at the practice track. He's riding really good. We get to the races on Saturday, and I'm like, where's Jordan?
Where's Jordan? We got Jasmine.
The greatest thing about Bob, though, he plays it like nothing had happened. So he says, glad he is coming.
And you don't even know
Which
which
is
one.
awesome.
Is that your dad or?
Yo,
or
my
is that
dad,
Jordan. I'm not sure.
No, I had told him my dad was coming.
Okay. All right.
So,
No, because at this point he still doesn't know what MF
never
meant.
figured out.
yeah,
MF.
so the very
MF and Jordan, man.
the very next day I had sent, oh wait, it's not there. But the very next day I had said something like, oh shoot, Jordan's coming, instead of obviously Jazz. And he goes, LOL, it took a half a day, but the light bulb went off.
He asked his brother. No, but he asked his brother.
Yeah, I had asked my brother.
They were
What does-
playing video games, and he's like, hey, do you know what this M-F is? Is that
My brother's name is Tyler. I said, Tyler, what does MF mean? And he's like, he's way more educated than I am.
Okay.
And he's like, Monday through Friday. And I'm like, oh. I'm out here thinking like, I'm on Google like slang. I'm like, what does he know that I don't
It was
know?
mofo. I thought he meant mofo.
Yeah. I'm like, what does he know that I don't know?
How about you having the shorthand on text over him? It's actually got to be a rare
Yeah, but
moment.
that's like a 1950s.
Oh, shorthand.
Wait a second.
You put the dash in, you know it's not an acronym.
Oh,
right?
shoot.
Actually, that would be
Yeah.
an initialism because an acronym is only a word you can pronounce, like NASA. So that's an initialism, which nobody knows.
It has to be all capital letters. Each letter stands for something.
Yeah, but it has to be a word you pronounce if it's an acronym, like NASA. So
You can't really do
M-F would be an initialism if it was an acronym.
I always promoted him as one of the smarter ones on the team because he stayed in public school through left, and I was like,
So is that the problem? Like you went to school too long, you're thinking? That you got too smart? Then you figured out your dad's motivational tactics?
Yeah, I'd really figured out how he kind of does things.
That was the problem.
And then when I figured it out, I played into it. So the older I got, I started acting like it bothered me like it used to, but it really didn't. But then I'd feed it back to him. So
just for fun?
yeah, just for amusement.
Just to bust on
Yeah,
your back.
just for him to get mad like I do.
He sees through the game now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
We need Scuba out here too. He's the same way.
What?
Scuba?
Yeah.
Try to press the buttons?
His?
Yeah.
Oh, I can get him going.
Oh yeah, he
Hey,
gets
get
me
him
going.
What's our new rule in?
It's practically becoming like a sport around
Me?
here. Sounds like. Get this dude going. It is.
What's our new rule in the pits for you?
No crying.
No more crying.
He says I'm an emotional person, man. I'm very emotional.
Is crying in a whiny sense or an actual
No, this
crying
is
sense?
actual crying.
Stop it! You're putting this out here on the record.
Cheers.
Hey, it happens, man. It happens.
Hey, I mean, he is emotional, and I mean, all the riders want to do well, and
Yeah.
they get upset. But when he doesn't do well, I mean, it's like
But that's all
we're on a
internal.
suicide watch.
That's all internal. That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
from people on the. That's not from
No,
people
no,
trying to fire you up.
No.
Pressing your buttons. So to
No.
speak.
That's on his own. Like, if
Yeah.
he doesn't feel he did good. or
Right.
something. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but that's because he wants it. I mean, sports are emotional. If you don't want it and you don't care, probably
Yes.
not. But
We heard from every rider ever. I don't need people to tell me to do well. I'm going to put more pressure on myself than anyone actually could. So is
He
that
puts
really what?
too much on himself.
Too much.
Yeah. If he'd
Yeah.
be the same guy on the weekend he is during the week, he'd be much better.
Yeah.
Well, here's the theme that I'm noticing. I see your dad chilling at the races. I
Yeah.
see you chilling at the races. But there's this whole other side
Yeah.
to both him and you.
Yeah.
When it comes to the actual results part. That's totally different than what we'll see.
I think.
Friday afternoon.
Well, I think why I get so hard on myself.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to race on Friday. Yeah.
No, I get hard on
Take
myself.
his lap times today.
Okay. Press day hero.
I mean-
Hey, we'll qualify today. How's that?
Hey, I'll be P1.
Yeah.
Make Dad happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. If I did good, my dad would only give me a thumbs up. At Loretta's, when you'd be giving me our championship
Yeah,
speech,
yeah,
he
hardware.
would walk by the podium with those bleachers and just one thumbs up, and that was it.
So if you did bad, there was a lot to talk about.
It's the way I explained it to Jim. I said, your son is no different than my son. I mean, yes, he wants to please me, and yes, he wants to do well, and yes,
Yeah.
that. But the number one guy he wants to make happy is the dad. And when he sees you on the side of the track like this, with your arms crossed,
Yeah.
he stops thinking about the race because he knows you're all pissed off. And he starts thinking about that as opposed to the race. So
That happens.
That's true.
That happens.
I think that's probably every kid out here.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You're
You don't want to let your family down.
yes. At the end of the day, you know your review of your performance is going to come from that.
Yeah,
one way
because
or another.
you know how stressful this sport is on a family, and you get to the pros, and it's like, in a sense, it feels like you've kind of made it, but then you shortly realize that you do your first race, and you're like, whoa, I ain't even halfway. Like,
It's hard.
I ain't even like when you really put it in perspective. Like, you do all that work as an amateur to get a quarter of the way. Halfway would be winning a 250 championship.
You're right.
That's literally halfway.
Yeah. That doesn't even mean you made it.
Then you got to try and get a 450 ride,
Yeah.
and then you got to try and win a 450 championship.
Yeah.
So it's that. I mean, it's way more than because when you're 16 years old, you think you just own the world now. Like,
But
man,
they don't. Mosman is actually is another rider that's making me look smart that I keep trying to drill into his head. It takes 3 years. Try to tell the parents that. Try to tell upper management
Try to tell the
that.
bosses that. Yeah.
sponsors.
Try to tell the
the
bosses
thing,
that.
the thing about Bob that I can't stand is the fact that a lot of times he is right. I won't say all the time, but
I gotta say, even though that was barely a compliment, that's better than what you get from most of your guys.
yeah,
Still an upgrade.
like it pisses me off.
I don't feel like Anderson ever will give you even that much, even though he should.
He will.
He will. He'll give it to you. Okay.
Behind closed doors.
Oh, only behind
Yeah.
closed doors. Okay.
Yeah.
Not happy about it though, if you're right.
Nah,
Not happy.
it's like man,
Yeah, you're right. But
like dang it, he got lucky.
mine would have worked.
It's more of like
Oh, okay.
a luck thing.
People always say on the outside, they're like, dude, the parents just need to let the kids be kids. But you mentioned the word investment.
Yeah.
It's virtually impossible.
Oh, my dad had.
when
I mean,
you work that hard
I mean,
to be like, I don't care what you get.
my dad
We can quit tomorrow. Like,
had pretty much retired from being a stockbroker,
Yeah.
and so that way I could keep racing.
Like he retired to find the time.
Yeah, to find the time, because I mean, my mom's a business banker, my dad is now again a stockbroker, so it's those are jobs that you work from 8 to 6. I mean, every day.
People
So
burn out.
but luckily for me, when I was younger, practice like at Orlando MX and stuff didn't start till 4.
Yeah.
But the older I got, the more nationals you raced. We learned, because I mean, if I didn't have Adamson Cirillo either, I would never be in the sport. He was the first kid I actually met at a dirt bike track.
Really?
And my dad, no background dirt bikes, none of my family is. And
Same thing for Adam, actually.
yeah, so I had met him. He was on Team Green on a 65 at the time, and I was just riding a PW in the back in the field, and they had told us we needed to get a Cobra, and then you got to try and qualify for Loretta's, and then we eventually did that, and
Yeah.
I'm
All the info
here.
you got was from them.
I mean, the first few years it was all through them.
No kidding.
Like, I would probably be in a university right now, being God knows what, but
I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have met him. Who knows?
no, I mean.
You're pumped on it. This is a gnarly business.
I can be 19 years old having to live a life of a 25-year-old if you're lucky,
that's where you'd be.
mostly
Yeah.
30-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, you're forced to grow up, but
Yep.
I mean, I don't feel like a college could teach you that.
It explains a lot how his dad is. You know Alan. I mean, Alan's one of the nicest guys in the world.
On the outside.
On
To
the
us.
outside.
Yes.
But AC, don't do
Yes. So that's the thing. Like that's why your dad. If I talk to
I
your dad,
think-
your dad's cool.
I think absolutely
Well, you talk
Alan.
to your dad.
Alan has
Yeah.
shaped my dad a little bit in the sport, in the sense
Oh.
of, but to say I don't think I'd be here without Alan or my dad, because the work ethic, like when I was
Yeah.
young, I had learned
Mhm.
that ability. So I think that helped a lot. And also too, Alan helped with more like when I was really young, the riding. My dad did not know anything. He was like, all right, Jordan, here's the track, go as fast as you can.
Yeah.
And I could ride super fast, super slow.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. It
Yeah.
was like, because my dad just didn't know.
Yes.
And he obviously picked up on things, and then I started going to MTF.
Yeah.
And that's where we learned a lot of form and a lot of.
Did he go like up there with you?
Yeah. He was up there
Okay.
until pretty much I had went back, and
Yeah.
this is the first time he's not there.
Like so the whole time you were at MTF, so he was learning as well.
Yeah, so every summer, my dad was my mechanic all the way up until High Point last year.
Practice mechanic.
Practice mechanic.
Right.
So he was always with me at the track, races, pretty much everything.
Did he know anything about motorcycles?
No,
He knew how to wash, change oil,
Barely.
and the filter.
barely.
Even when he was practice mechanic.
Yeah,
That
it was rough.
That was the menu.
It was rough.
Because this guy won't spend a dime on anything. We're like, you have to get a practice mechanic.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's not an option.
So you have one now?
Yes.
How different has it been? So he's back at the races now, but
Yep.
he's not the practice mechanic.
Yeah.
How different is that whole experience being first time your dad?
It was easier on me to train,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, it was a little easier for me, and I could see how stressful it was on him.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, doing 30+2s in the summer at 55 years old is not something that I could imagine is that enjoyable.
Like standing out there.
Yeah, being out there all day.
Yep.
I mean, bike work is something that's not easy, especially, I mean, at this level, you have there's a lot of little issues. There's a lot of, I mean, motor changes for my dad weren't easy. So
Yeah.
that's why, like, when I see my race mechanic and these guys here, they make it look so easy. It's like,
Yeah.
that's
not
how
easy
you know.
for a stockbroker.
No, not easy for a guy that did about 4 years of college and works in a world that I have know nothing about.
So did
But
you say he went back?
yeah, so that's why he didn't come to the first few. He had gone back to work.
Yeah.
He's been retired for a few years. He's done little businesses here and there,
Yeah.
but from what he's told me, he was bored.
Yeah.
And
Zacho?
yeah, so he wanted to go back, and he says he's back, but it's pretty easy, I would say.
It's not. He's
It's-
not getting back in a fire like you
No, I mean he goes in when he wants to. He kind of
Yeah.
dictates what he wants to do, but yeah, I think our relationship's a lot better with him, kind of just in and out now.
But at the same time, you're not saying like if he wasn't gnarly on me, it
Which
would
one
life
you
been
need?
easy. Like you needed that. Like,
Yeah, I
part of
think
it, it's like you can't have one without the other.
it's
You gotta have
it's
that
like
both.
it sucks when your dad yells at you, but at the
Yeah.
same time, he doesn't yell at you for no reason. Like,
He does it. It is for a reason.
yeah, it is for a reason. Yeah. I mean, everyone knows what you can or you're capable of, and
Yes.
especially someone like my dad. He's been with me forever, and he's seen me go through the ranks, and he knows when I'm riding good.
Well, also, look, if it wasn't like he was a motocross guy to start with, then it's not like he had this dream like the moment he had a kid.
Yeah.
Like, the goal is to win Supercross titles. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So he's clearly only doing this because he's like, I've realized he's got a talent, and I need to help him cultivate it.
Yeah, he was like, I played every sport. I played baseball up till 8th grade.
Right.
I mean, I tried everything,
Right.
right? And he had found out that, well, obviously seen by results, he was like, dang, this, like, my kid's really good at this. And it was like, okay, well, you're good. And he likes it, so we're going to keep doing it. And, I mean, I was really fortunate enough to have sponsors when I was 7.
Yeah.
I got sponsored by Cobra, and then obviously went on to where we are now. But it was, without that, I don't really know if we could have really done it. I mean, my parents we're very middle class, like we're pretty okay, but this sport is freaking, it's a lot.
Yeah, because I'm sure people are going to hear, oh, Dad's stockbroker. It's like, throw the money.
No, it was like, I mean, yeah, I have, obviously can't speak on behalf of what my parents make,
Right.
but yeah, they
They were like bawling at the races.
no, we were not financially just living the high life. Don't worry about anything. It's hard, and especially when you have a brother.
Yep.
That, I mean, he's gonna have to go to college. There was a lot of responsibilities, and it was also the pressure that I always liked was like, I have to go and win. Like I need, like, there was time like I needed to get on the KTM on 85s. Like I didn't have a ride. Suzuki had folded. I was on Suzuki. I did it a year on our own, but I needed that ride.
Yeah.
And then I needed a big bike ride, and then I needed a pro ride. So there was always that pressure of like doing your job in order to get to the next level.
How do you manage that at 12 years old, 14 years old? Like, sometimes you probably look back now and you're probably like a little oblivious, but not completely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say B class was hard. It was, I mean, it was constantly on your mind because there's so many questions about it, right?
Yep.
There's so many. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, where's this guy going? There might be a guy that gets signed earlier, so it just gets everyone going crazy.
You had 3 or 4 people
Yeah.
after you.
I mean, I was lucky that I had. This is funny. I had never thought in a million years I was going to this team, ever.
All right.
Because look at the riders that were on at the time: Martin Davlos and Zach Osborne. There was no amateur crew. There wasn't really anyone that like was just straightforward going in. So I had never thought like, oh, they're not going to sign a young guy. Like,
Yeah.
I was more looking towards the team I was on at the time.
Yep.
And when Bobby had approached me, I was like, oh, I'm in. Like, it right away. I was like, he's a really nice guy. Because some of the other team managers almost scared me in a sense with how.
I came and saw you in Georgia.
Yeah, he came and saw me in Georgia. We went to some Mexican restaurant that I went to the other day, and I told everyone, I said, hey, this is where it all happened. But Bobby wants to win just as much as anyone else, but he's more understanding, I would say, on the fact of I wouldn't say what it takes because everyone here is one, but I just gravitated towards him, and I was super pumped, but Loretta's was still coming up.
Yeah, so you still had to be nervous about other
I still
stuff.
had the pressure of I have to show what I have at Loretta's.
Yeah.
And and we won both championships that year. So I think I was just good in under pressure, honestly.
Right. Yeah, because what we're getting at again here is like, yeah, you're saying Bobby's a nice guy, but that's again like because he's realized that might be the best way to get the best performance out of the athletes. Fans are always confused because they would think like the football coach screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
I don't know many riders. There's a few. I'd say maybe Cooper Webb, like when he gets angry, maybe he rides better. But for the most part, it seems like riders, the more relaxed they are, the more chill they are, the better they ride.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's why a lot of times you see guys with red plates and guys that are winning championships continue to win throughout the year.
Yeah.
Because it's as much as now you have the stress of winning the championship,
Yeah.
you also have the relief of, okay, I'm doing well now.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, every guy here puts in a lot of work. I mean, it's stressful.
Yep.
Like, it's not like we can go home and we have something safe to do where there's no way we can get hurt. I mean, we're basically racing every day during the week,
Yes.
and then on race day, we're obviously racing again. So it's like you get the relief of, oh, I'm the top dog. Like, so I did the right amount of work. So
A little bit of security.
yeah, absolutely. So I think that's why it works for all these dirt bike riders.
And also, it's not like, since everybody's got a pretty good program these days, you already know that you're doing almost everything you can do. It's not like you're like, well, hey, if I start partying, if I stop partying, maybe I'll start winning. Like, you're trying everything you've got.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I there's a lot of really good trainers out there, and I had just switched my training going back to MTF, and I think this sport is so difficult in the sense of every rider needs something different.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, MTF just works really well for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy being there. There's a lot of these facilities in Claremont, and was kind of a distraction for me due to the fact that I'm from Orlando.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really as if I was home. I stayed at home. I lived at home. I trained basically at home.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of distractions for me to want to do things outside of motocross.
Yeah. Because you had your buddies and your family and all that around.
I was right at home. So there was a lot of kids that I live by the university.
Right.
And so I think now going to, girls, you got it.
You throwing the word girls out there. All right, I like it.
Going to Georgia, I mean, there's 8,000 people in Cairo. And there's no distractions. I live across the street from the track.
Right.
And I just go in, do what I need to do, and go out. And there's a good group of us there. And I think that's why it works.
Hey, I never thought of it that way. Yeah, everybody moves to Florida, but you're actually from there, and that might actually work against you. It's literally the difference between someone who commutes to college and they're kind of like, half doing it, and living at the college.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, and I think I got into a rut too where it just didn't feel exciting almost.
Yeah.
Because it was just so repetitive in the fact of I've been driving this road since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I've been doing this same tracks or same whatever, and Baker's program and Ratchet's program, it's a really, really good program.
Right.
But for me, I think I needed to get away from the limelight and work on myself as a rider and then build into their program. I think is almost, in a sense, a little too professional for what I needed.
For coming out of amateur.
I still needed the basics. I still needed and MTF is amazing as far as like riding and gym. Like it's just a total package for me.
Okay, at this point, we had to let Jordan go so he could go ride on press day. And this gives me a chance to thank our sponsor, Yoshimura. Always glad to have them on board. Yoshimura exhaust systems being used by Chase Sexton, who won a Supercross championship this year. And Chase Sexton will be part of this podcast in just less than 1 minute. I just want to mention Yoshimura-RD.com. Go to the website, check out all the exhaust products they have for your bike. Now, speaking of Chase Sexton, by the time the riders returned from the press day ride, Sexton was at the track hanging out, and I didn't even know that Sexton and Bailey are apparently super besties. They talk on the phone all the time, every single day, and hang out at the racetrack, which is the point of this podcast. You're going to see how relaxed and how jovial the riders actually are with each other when it's not serious time on race day. So we'll have Chase and Jordan now together after the ride session, and then even Zach Osborne's so jealous of this conversation, he gets in on it, and we have a 3-rider conversation that I stir up as best as I can. So let's go to part 2. All right, here we are. I got practice is now over. Your riding session is now over. Chase Sexton is hanging out here. I don't know what. You guys are buds? I didn't even know this.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What is the connection here?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. Chase, what's our connection? He really bothers me to the point that I feel like as if I have to talk to him.
So what happened was we met each other like at the races, obviously when we were amateur, and then I moved to Florida, and then I went to his own track and beat him. Then now he respects me, so he has to kind of respect me.
Oh, I see. If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was an unfair advantage. He did beat me that day, I'll give it to him, but he was already a pro.
No, this was before we went to the Rudders in 2016.
No.
I went to his very own track in Orlando and just stomped.
He's lying because I was in Georgia.
No, it was right before the Rudders.
I would have been in Georgia, dude.
No.
He's lying, but it's
Great
all right.
friendship.
Yeah, I mean, he calls me. See, this is our friendship. I mean, I can't say I don't do it, but
Yeah, you do the same.
he'll call me, and then I'll send him something on Instagram, so therefore he knows I'm on my phone, so he'll call me again, knowing I don't want to talk to him, so I'll do it again, and then he'll just text me, like, a bad word. Or
This is what happens. He calls me, and then I call him back. He doesn't answer, but I see he's on Instagram, so I call him again. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it's all right.
Yeah, but wait a minute. You just don't want to actually, like, texting would probably be fine, right?
Yeah,
Nobody
but
wants to answer.
I don't text.
we'd
I
never
don't
text one another, ever.
Yeah, we never text.
Like, rarely.
Wait
Just
a
call each
minute.
other on our phone.
You don't text. I thought it was just me. You
No,
just suck
I
at
hate
texting.
texting. Hate texting.
I enjoy texting, but
Yeah, I don't text.
for whatever reason, him and, like, my close friends, I'd rather just call, because I have too much
Really?
to talk about.
I don't
You're weird.
text. Don't text. Don't like it.
Okay, you don't text, so now I know it's all around. It's not just me.
Yeah.
My question is, are you like a 50-year-old in like a 20-year-old
Kinda,
body?
yeah. I just call everybody. I'd rather call somebody on the phone. Like, I'll have everybody text me. I don't text them back. I just call them.
That's
or they
true.
call me.
I'll give him that. That is true. He doesn't.
Jason
Yeah.
tries to get me for these
Quotes. I
post-race quotes, and it's like pulling teeth. I swear.
Yes. And if it's real bad, I got a sick page on you, which I don't want to do to
No,
any
but
person.
he does it anyway. So
I
it's
don't
all right.
want to do
It's
it,
all right.
but
Should you tell him, Racer X, how you're not allowed to play Fortnite?
No. My dad says I can't play Fortnite. I says I'm gonna get addicted to it.
so you're
So I play Supercross instead.
So you're like a 50-year-old in a 20-year-old's body, but for certain things, you're actually like an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
Mentally,
for real.
we're 8.
Your parents are still.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, he says I can't play Fortnite because I'll get addicted to it. So I get addicted to Supercross instead, or something like I play F1
I'll give him
too.
that though, because I can honestly say I'm probably addicted to Fortnite.
I'll get on PS4 and this guy's on there. It says Jordan Bailey online playing Fortnite every single time.
Oh, and you want to do it so bad, don't you?
No, I'm not. I don't really like the game that much.
There's
but
a good crew that he plays with on Supercross. I'll give him that. There's a good
Yeah, I
crew.
don't like playing. I can't play the gun games. I'm not very good at them.
Do the people you're racing the Supercross game with know it's you? Like, know it's an actual
Oh yeah,
racer?
yeah. They're actually from Claremont. I met them through one of my friends at races, and they all
met
ride
him
with
through
their.
me.
No, I did not meet him through him. I met him through a friend in Florida that also
Oh, a friend in
rides.
Florida.
Friend
That
in
rides.
Florida.
No, his name's Colin.
His name's Jordan Bailey.
His name's Colin. But then
It's-
I also play golf with AC on PlayStation. So that's
Hey,
also another.
so this is what I can't stand about Chase. It bothers me all the time.
Oh my gosh.
He says the kid's name is Cullen, Cullin, and he says Colin.
No.
Yeah, he said Colin.
Well, it's my accent.
It's that, but you're from
Cullen
Florida
Park?
now. Yeah.
I know Colin
Yeah.
Park.
So
Yeah.
everyone shout him out, whatever. But this guy, you need to like
I
make
have
your
an accent. I can't.
Colin.
Can't help it.
like who's Colin?
You know what I'm doing here? I've got 2 riders so I can have athlete talking to athlete. There is no podcast out there that would ever have 2 athletes speaking to each other. Zach Osborne,
That's right. I mean, hey,
I'm innovating.
we're breaking down barriers today.
You know, I often thought about my podcast name, Shifting Gears,
Yeah.
Suck in Neutral.
That's you. You're going to be stuck in neutral.
Yeah, I could be like the brother to Zach's. Like Zach's more sophisticated.
Zach, you know you're
Mature.
mature. He's starting a podcast.
Has he actually?
No, he's working on it. He's working on it.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like,
No, he's
did you see how fast he was going out there?
Dude, he was ripping on.
I was like, dang, I better put it in, put it on the trailer.
Him and Jason were just going at it out there.
I mean, I'm trying to be top dog on the team, so.
Well, this is funny because this podcast interview before practice started with saying on non-race day Friday, you're probably going to kill it. So that actually happened?
Catch me any Friday, I'm gonna kill it.
Monday through M-F.
Wait, maybe he needs a real job if he's not Saturday guy.
He likes the Monday through
or
Friday.
he could play golf because that's Thursday, Friday, make the cut and then take the mill and go home.
I mean, I don't think it's a mill to go home, but it's a decent payday without a doubt.
It's a 20 grand check for you there, bud.
The 20.
This discussion started with the owner manager of your team saying there's a M-F Jordan Monday through Friday.
And I had no idea. I'm thinking it's like mofo.
Yeah.
And it's Monday.
Monday through Friday, Jordan. He's really fast. Monday through Friday is good.
I mean, yeah, Zach can relate to that. There's sometimes when I was back in Florida, I could go pretty fast.
I feel like you're just throwing shade right there, like on me. Like Zach would know.
Zach would know. I bring the heat sometimes.
I'm old, dude. It takes me the whole week to get churning, and I get going for Saturday.
That's BS. Martine just whooped me last Thursday. Off the record.
I bet you, okay, you have a podcast, Zach. You're working on a podcast. Chase Sexton will never, ever host a podcast. There's no chance.
No, I don't. I wouldn't. Yeah, it'd be boring if I had a podcast. I'd be too afraid to say something stupid or something like that. So,
Do you worry, Sexton, sometimes? Like, I think people think you're more serious than you are. Like, I don't think you actually are, but I think people think that on the outside. Do you worry about that?
I don't worry about it. I mean, I'd rather have people see me as serious than not. I mean, I guess I'm definitely not serious during the week, but on the race weekends, I'm a little more serious than Jordan sees me during the week. But yeah, he can say I'm not very serious during the week.
Oh, Monday through Friday? Monday through Friday.
He doesn't train at all during the week.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean that's what people probably say after last week and what happened. So it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Florida. He's pretty much from Florida now. I made it through the motos. Zach made it through the motos.
Zach was charging the last lap of the last moto. I don't know what to say.
I saw that. I was like, how is he doing this
Wait,
right
you
now?
were watching the moto while being overheated?
No, I was watching on my phone on the way home. I was on
I don't think so. I don't think you were because
I was.
he talked to me the whole drive home. I was personally dying on my drive home to Cairo, Georgia, and
I don't want to hear it. This guy thinks he knows what I went through on Saturday. He has no idea. I literally thought I was gonna die.
I did that one time when I was 16, like according to Weeds 37 years ago.
Yeah, he's 50 now. You're a 50-year-old. You're a 20-year-old in a 50-year-old body, or whatever I said.
Yeah.
Zach just is 50.
Yeah, I just am 50. But yeah, one time at Budds Creek, I didn't win the moto. I led the moto for a long time. I don't know. You probably are too young. He probably doesn't even know.
This
when
is
I
so
started.
sad. He probably doesn't remember this.
What year was it?
06.
Oh no.
No chance. No, 1999.
Oh wow, so you're a 7.
Yeah.
So-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Do neither of you guys know this story about Zacho? Do neither of you know?
no, I started racing 06.
I cannot believe this. This story is so legend. I thought every rider knew it.
Obviously not.
Like my first year racing was 2006.
Okay.
I got 38th at Loretta's.
What did you?
I was at the run that year. I beat you that year. 50, 40, 48, or 46. I
46.
beat him. I got 11. I got 11. That was
It
fun.
was not a battle, and people ask sometimes because I don't know if you heard, but I'm a 7-time.
Yeah.
LL.
I was just
So-
talking this the other day. I was talking to him about this the other day. He is.
I got
What, 1?
1.
Hey, I got 2, and I'm talking to this guy. He's got 7. I'm like, you're up there on the all-time win list.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm one of the best to ever live.
He's gonna go back to Loretta's after this, and he's gonna go back and win. Well, how many championships do you need? Like 5 to win?
I'm
Something
gonna go
like that.
back someday, but I just need a little bit of revenge. I don't need 5.
You're.
Zach will go back. There is no doubt Zach's going
I
back.
want to be back in the plus 50 class. No, I don't know. How old are you?
I'm already there.
You will lose. If I tell you how old I am, you'll lose all respect for me. Because you probably think I know they think I'm cool. I know you think I'm cool.
Yeah.
But you don't want to know.
Can we have a staff?
Huh? Yeah, take a stab because I think it'll be a compliment.
41.
42.
41, you freaking nailed it.
I was gonna say 42, but
All right, I'm not nearly as cool as I thought. I thought you guys were going to say like 35.
Forehead.
It's a lot of days in the sunshine.
29, 30.
Here I thought to myself,
all right. So what's
I'm
the
so cool.
story about Zach?
oh, good. Zach's had to sign an autograph, so I get to tell the story.
Yeah.
Dude, he like hole shots first moto at Budds Creek. It's like his 3rd pro race. Leaves everybody. Got a gigantic lead for 20 minutes. And then maybe the biggest fade. Biggest fade of all time?
I don't remember. I think
Leading, gone.
halfway I was still leading, I think, and I didn't score points. I remember maybe I got like 18th or something.
It did not crash.
You know how big that gap is, so that's like a minute.
That's like a minute and a half gap.
Yeah,
You were probably almost lapping 18.
So I almost got lapped by 18th.
Did not crash.
No, it didn't crash, and then that was the start of the end of the beginning of
Yes.
the end.
That was Zach having to punch his ticket to Europe.
Yeah.
That's the train was coming off the tracks.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know. Maybe that's what you were going through last week.
I don't know.
All the way to
I
the
was
DNS.
going. So like 5 laps ago, I was feeling it. Or I was feeling the heat coming. I was like, oh god, I gotta push through this. And then, so everyone's telling me I got the white flag, but I'm pretty sure I only got a 2-lap board. So I'm like, okay, I got 2 laps to go, and I cannot let this guy pass me. He was only like 3 seconds behind me, so I was like, all right, I can finish 2 more laps. And I was just telling myself it's only 4 minutes or something like that. And so I just kept going. And I got the checkered flag. I'm like, all right, race is over. And I was like, oh, this ain't good. There's something wrong. I wanted to go back to the pits, but I had to go to the podium, and it kept getting worse. I got off the track. I was decent, and then I couldn't get my helmet off. And then they ripped my boots off of me, and I was struggling out there. And I was bad for probably another hour until the second moto I tried to race. Wasn't gonna be. I was not good. There was no chance I was racing that 30-minute moto.
You were solid, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the hunt the whole way.
No. This guy got passed twice in the last lap, so I don't want to hear that.
Therefore, I did not get past on the last lap. I did hit the fade, but I don't think you know what it's like because
I don't know what it feels like.
I was out there sacrificing everything to second moto. And you know what you were doing? Drinking a Gatorade in the rig.
Hey, hold on.
Letting your whole team down.
But I went 1 DNF and I still beat you in the overall.
Doesn't matter.
I
Doesn't
still
matter.
beat you in the overall.
Ain't nobody remember Chase Sexton in the second moto. Why? Because he wasn't out there.
I wasn't out there. But hey, I said I'd rather go 1 DNF than 5-4.
Coming from the guy that just went
Wait,
one
I wanna go
DNF.
back a little bit. You were
All right,
talking
yes,
about Chase being more serious,
On race day, I think he looks serious.
But there was
Even
an
when you get,
article-
like, second, you seem pissed.
but there was an article recently in Racer X.
Yes,
the
written by.
magazine.
Yeah.
Was it you?
Yeah.
That said Sexton's a bit of an old soul.
I think so.
He's celebrated about.
I read that somewhere. I'm like, wow.
Nice
These
to
people
meet
are.
his family or something.
Yeah. Well, hold on. That's a young thing to do.
I thought that myself. Like, we pulled it out. We do a pull quote where we take like the one sentence and make it big. I'm like, those two things are not making me look smart. Like, they don't.
No, I agree with that because a young millennial,
Yeah.
one of those, he would go send it at freaking whatever, do
That was
this
the
and
point
that.
I was making.
I got it.
Yeah.
And when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, he's right. Chase is a pretty mellow kid.
It's true that pizza and ice cream is like what a kid would do with their parents, but I meant
But at
more
the
like
same time-
you didn't go and like send it
Get
at some
lit.
monster party. Like
I couldn't even get in.
look, bro,
So you would have? No. Okay, that's our point.
I guarantee you that there are 19-year-old Supercross champs who have gotten into parties in Vegas. You could have. You just, I don't think you really wanted to.
Honestly, I would have went, but I would not have. I would have been drinking. So
Yeah.
Making you an old soul.
yeah, but so this is what this is.
compliment
Okay, yeah, okay, I get that, but this is the thing. I can not drink and I could act. I don't know. I could almost act drunk. If that's
You
the
can still have a good time.
I can have a good time without drinking. Now this guy over here, I don't know.
Is this true? Can he actually have a good time? You jacked with his watch. Is it true? Does he have a good time?
Chase have a good time?
No, does he have a good time? I thought.
Oh, do I have a good
I
time?
don't want you to get yourself in trouble here.
Yeah, I go to the golf course and
Shoot 95.
Just 95. No.
get so
65.
angry. Get so angry that I leave, pretty much, and then that's why I remember why I ride dirt bikes.
The dirt bike thing's better than the
People
golf thing.
often say, "Oh, well, you golf too much," and my response is, "You've never played golf with me."
You don't golf enough, maybe?
No, I golfed to piss myself off to want to ride the next day.
That's not an alternative career.
He's very good at golf, though. I will say that he's definitely the best motocrosser. He's the best golfer that races motocross.
He's never played with me though,
No,
because I can talk him out of it really quick.
no, dude, I'm telling
He'll
you.
have balls in the water, every bunker.
Just with the head games.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those guys. You're one of those guys that make me just melt down on the course. Yeah, no, I don't. I like playing with the guys that talk me up.
I'll give Zacho one thing. I have seen him play golf, and he brought Emery to a course in the off season. And the one thing I like about Zach that Chase is absolutely atrocious with, homeboy, Zach rips around the golf course. Like hits his shot, doesn't think about it.
If I'm
And he's
waiting on a shot, I'm pissed off. Like that's why I don't golf on weekends. I want to play 18 in like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay.
See, I like to take my time. I'm out there to have fun and relax and just
there's a
hang
difference.
out.
There's a difference.
Like an old guy.
Chase,
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm kidding.
Chase Sexton has zero confidence behind a golf ball.
No, that is not true. Okay, hold on.
Zero.
It depends on the day, though. You haven't. There's some days where I know where the ball is going to go, and then there's some days where I have no idea. This thing could be going right, left, down.
That's what's to love about golf. You never know.
Okay, but it's hard to have confidence behind a ball when you don't know where it's going to go.
I mean, I hit one in the hole the other day from 150 yards, and it's like,
You
well,
should read this Kevin Na article I read the other day where he couldn't draw the club back anymore because he was
That's
afraid.
like Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, the hesitant.
Kevin Dodge is won, I think, 4 times on the PGA,
One.
or only one this year.
Weeks ago.
Yeah,
No.
he's won 4
Oh,
times. That's his
so
4th win.
he had
Yeah, he's won
he
one
has
this
this
year.
meme on Instagram and YouTube, whatever, of him yelling at himself because due to the fact he could not hit the ball. He would take practicing after practicing after practicing after practicing, and his last thing, he's like literally on the tee as a professional golfer and yelling, "Hit it, Kevin!" Like it's that bad.
Hey, I have a really funny story actually. Thursday before Vegas, we went to Top Golf, okay, for the Fox signing, and I was like telling everybody, yeah, I play golf, like I'm halfway decent, like I can hit the ball pretty good, and I went to Top Golf, I seriously could not hit the ball. I was shanking it. I'm like, this is the beginning and the end. I'm not gonna be able to race this weekend. I'm like, if this is how I'm gonna race this weekend, I'm gonna be 20th. And so yeah, that's why I was terrible. I think I had to go. So we won on Saturday night, and I went Sunday, and I had to go back to the range and fix my
Redeem
swing.
yourself?
I had to go fix my swing. It was bothering me that bad.
You did it at Vegas
At Vegas,
before
yeah.
you left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Did you talk to me about it?
Yeah, I sent the videos to him, and there's a guy, our video guy on our team is super good at golf, and I had to tell him like, how's the swing look, how's it going? So
You have him covered in golf.
Yeah.
Are you actually publishing this?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't seem to have any breaks. Like, they just keep going and saying stuff that he probably shouldn't be saying. Like, first of all, Sexton's in trouble because he's in the Rockstar Husky pit, so that's already a huge violation.
Why?
Zach, you always play innocent on this stuff. This is very serious.
Yeah, I play innocent too. That I don't like make things big deals.
He's gonna get fired.
Talk about Pulp MX on here.
Oh, you want to talk about Pulp MX?
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Hold on.
That's Zach's boss, though. Be careful.
Question. So how does it work? So Steve is like the inventor of podcasts in motocross. I feel like. Okay.
He loves you now. He loves you for saying that.
I might be on the show next week if I
Yeah, you're the new fan.
for sure.
Zach, you're fired.
So how is it that you guys all have like talk shows? Like he get like mad or what happens there? Like is it?
He plays both sides of the fence. He's both mad and not mad.
He created mine. It was his idea.
So he's a 50.
He asked me to do it. So I don't think he hates mine, but he hates Weege.
He does hate me.
I
Yeah.
see. I have a hard time believing there's like that's all cool because like
You know, I listen
I
to
don't
the
know.
show every Monday.
You do?
Yeah, every time. I
Wait,
promise.
wait.
No,
You listen, but he doesn't even know when it's on.
No, I listen to it for one reason. I want to see if I get roasted. That's literally the only reason. Steve, I respect him but sometimes, man, he really roasts me, and it kind of hurts my feelings sometimes.
see I don't even
But-
like, if I have a bad weekend I don't look at anything.
But I
know I'm
respect it
getting
though.
made fun.
I respect that because I had a bad weekend, so I deserve sometimes to be.
I do feel like most of the riders are cool with that, and I say it all the time. Like,
or you listen
Oh.
to the review?
The recap, the weekend recap.
the recap.
Oh,
different
different. Okay, sorry, I didn't
yeah,
know.
there's
That.
a recap that I'm on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
listen
you
to
and
that one.
Jason.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and Steve.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's the one I only listen to. I don't
Yeah,
listen to
on Monday he does like a full 5-hour show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I don't
Yeah,
listen to
stay
that.
out of that. Stay out of that.
Yeah, I don't listen to any of that if I have a bad weekend or I know he's gonna say something about. I just don't even want to hear it.
I would recommend all riders stay off of those. Like, it's not for you.
How
Like,
can you
that's
say that though? Like
What?
you literally have to write this stuff and be like, damn, that's gonna get me in trouble.
I know it is, but like, look, when you have a bad weekend and you don't want to hear about it, I'm saying the best move is just
Not
stay
watch
out.
it. That's why
Yeah.
I don't go on anything. 'Cause I don't.
Yeah.
I remember to this day, I was turning pro at Atlanta,
Yeah.
and I had missed the first round, and they were full on just bagging on me. It might have been Jason Thomas and Steve, and I'm like,
Maybe me.
I don't think you. I think they were
I'm
saying
cool,
they
I'm
were
cool.
saying like this, like I was like a mistake or something like that, and I'm like, man, these guys is made. That's why. So that ever since then, I'm like, I'm not listening to it, and I ended up going out there and getting hurt. So maybe they were right.
See, this is the only thing I can't stand is when I have a bad weekend, I listen to the show, and then I'm just wait, because it's never in the beginning. God forbid I'm in the beginning, so I get it done with. I have to like go all the way through.
Finish higher.
No, they go
he's
450
coming out-
class
he's coming
first, anyways.
straight.
You know, okay,
Yeah.
suck it.
It's true. We usually go down.
And
the
yeah, I'm at the
Same.
end, and then the one that gets me is like, why does Bailey even have a factory ride? It's like, fool, you want to see my resume? Want me setting it in?
Oh, wow.
This guy does have 7.
He is 7 times.
It's not like I was like chilling out at Orlando MX and Bob happened to go check out a dirt bike track and I was fast. Like, you ain't gotta hurt me that bad. I mean, I get it, but how do you expect a guy to be 30 years old in the 250 class?
I know you got to beat a 30-year-old.
You gotta be a young guy somewhere.
You got to beat a 30-year-old.
I mean,
Zach's going over to hang out with Doug Henry because that's what Zach does.
I mean,
but Steve, I respect you. Jason Thomas, Florida guy. He can talk trash to me all he wants.
Oh, all right.
But he's a Florida guy, so I got to respect that.
I'm just saying,
Florida guy, dude.
if your results are bad, you pretty much know anything anyone's going to say or write is probably not good. So my advice to riders is just stay out of there, dude.
No,
It's not for you.
I get it. I get it.
Yep.
I don't even want to. Yeah.
I respect it.
Zach has returned. Jordan Bailey said, "What do you want me to do? I have to race a 30-year-old in the 250 class." I don't know who he's talking about in particular.
I don't know. I don't either because I'm not 30.
Oh.
So
And he's now a 450 guy. It's getting worse from where we were before. It's getting worse. You got real info to share?
hour and a half.
Yeah, it was longer recover.
Thanks.
Hey, where was that last weekend? I needed that extra half hour.
Yeah, Sexton would have loved an hour and a half break last week.
I had my tongue in my spokes last weekend.
Dude, okay, here's my...
I had my whole head, everything in the spokes last
Look,
weekend.
here's my most basic question in the world, and I already know the answer, but you tell me. Obviously, you do 30 plus 2s all day long in Florida heat all the time. So why is it different? I know why, but you explain it. Racing's different, I know.
Racing is different.
Right.
And I mean, it's just I don't know. I honestly don't. I couldn't give you an answer. I think the biggest thing for me was that after the race, I didn't get to go cool down. Like in Florida, I go in air conditioning after the moto is done, and then I'm cool down, and then I don't know. Last week I just sat out in the heat. I threw up like 4 times at the podium. I think that made it a lot worse. Yeah, but then my dad this week says that I can't go inside after my motos.
Yeah,
which I did anyways.
so down in Cairo, Georgia, we don't have any AC. So I sit
hardening up.
in about a 10-year-old Motion Pro chair that we had to duct tape the back together because it blew out on me the other day.
Baker's Factory, I get to the AC as quickly as I can.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got gnats eating me alive, but it makes me tough. It builds character. That's what I was told.
Yep, builds character. All right, that's why
I'm
Jordan
old
finished
and
both
I got
motos
plenty
last
of
weekend.
character.
That's
See
why
his
he did both
forehead?
motos.
See his
Yeah.
forehead?
So you're what, 29? Due to the wrinkles?
How old are you?
I'm just bummed that you guys know I'm 40. That's horrible.
No, I'm
Hey,
not
you know
30.
Kenny?
We just thought that everyone
You know
thinks
Kenny
I'm
here?
30.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
20-something.
How old is Martine?
31.
And Martine, I would never guess that guy is 31. He looks like he's like 25.
Because he's got that
Also,
golden
he
brown
acts
boy.
like a kid.
Yeah, dude, he
He's
is
so
hilarious. I like that guy, dude.
He's
How
the
old do you
best
think
teammate
Kenny is?
I know. I'm not doing it. You're not getting me.
Just give us.
You're not getting me. He's older than me, I'd say. I'm going to go there.
You think he's 50?
He went down to
I'm going to say no.
He's like 55.
That's what I would have guessed, but I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
This guy,
I would just like to say, Chase, thanks for stealing my media again.
he asked me to come talk.
Well, this is amazing,
Honestly, I
actually.
think I made it better.
You did, actually. The whole conversation was somehow his dad was around. I wanted to get his dad. His dad ran away. So then that allowed.
You gotta get Jim Bailey.
No,
on
you
a
have to
podcast.
get Chase's dad and my dad.
No.
On
If
a-
you get-
on a
if you get Jim Bailey and my dad on a podcast, I don't think it would not end good. It would not be good.
They would have to be different names, code
They had to-
names.
Yeah, we need.
Okay.
Yeah, they need to be under. Yeah, it would not be
Yeah.
Well, what I'm getting at here is I thought his dad was all super chill, and then I'm getting all these gnarly stories. And your dad also seems super chill, Chase, but apparently
good.
no.
Depends who yeah, I mean,
Well, he made you not go into the air conditioning this week for
he
starters.
tried to, but I did it
But
anyway.
you didn't do.
I told him, I'm like, you don't want to see WW all over again. I mean, it's. I need to be cooled down after. I don't know what happened. I mean, I think part of the reason was I rode. I don't know if it was because I rode 3 days in a row that week or whatever I was doing, but it didn't work out. I don't
Had
know.
you ever felt like that during the week?
No.
So
I
weird,
did.
right?
So this is the funny thing is I did 2 motos at WW 2 weeks prior. I was fine. I was hot, but I was honestly like, I was good. Like the last moto, I was strong until the end. I think AC got tired in the second moto, and I didn't even get tired.
Gosh. Listen, I
Hey,
hear this every
AC,
day.
AC has literally been whooping my butt all last 3 weeks, and then I was
3
pumped. I'm
weeks.
like,
We're on round 6, dude.
No, I've only been to Florida for what, 4 weeks? I don't know.
We're on round 6. I'd hate to see his background on his bike, but he been whooping everybody.
No, you mean during the week. You know, in the motos.
Yeah, but you know, some guys practice faster than others. I feel
Monday
like
through Friday.
I'm a very good practicer,
Monday through Friday.
and I'm getting better at racing because it is a high level of racing. And you know, AC knows how to turn it up on race day.
Hey,
And
all I want to say is, I don't want anybody to tell me I'm a good practicer anymore because I had been getting stomped out during the week.
because you're not trying hard enough.
No, I was trying. Alex Martin was faster than me last week during practice.
Oh, you're just trying to get on the Paul Max show. dude.
No.
Yeah, that is a
You
Pope
are
guy
trying-
all the way.
You are.
No, I'm just saying he was faster than me last week. I went to the race, turned it up, and I mean, obviously I didn't race second moto. He still beat me because I didn't race second moto, but
But
I
you're
don't
saying
wanna-
the
I wanna
speed
say
during the
my
week.
speed is
Yeah.
not. I don't know. I mean, I used to have it during the week, but now I have it on. I feel like I have it more on Saturday. So
I
can't
enjoy
complain.
riding in the sand, so I just bring it. Any sand track. Let's go.
I call him the sand god. So we've been.
Well, what about Southwick, bro?
Oh, I had a good finish here last year.
Hey,
So,
We're going fast on press day.
yeah. 13-10 last year.
13-10.
Yeah.
Whatever. He went 12-10 at Redbud.
So there's a couple recurring themes that I'm noticing. A, the dads are gnarlier than they appear. Like they're gnarlier with you guys
Oh, yeah.
than they appear on the outside. Like your dad seems chill, your dad seems chill. Not always chill, not always chill.
Yeah, I mean.
And the Monday through Friday rider and the Saturday rider, there can be a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. It takes time.
And it's
Takes
not.
time.
I still don't think it's not a Monday through Friday thing. I think it's more of a confidence thing. It's the big thing.
I'll say too though, like Supercross, I was not a Monday through Friday guy. I feel like I was learning all year. Like I got beat from everybody at the track. Now outdoors in Florida especially, I was definitely a Monday through Friday guy because it's sand, man. I mean, the sand, Florida sand equals Jordan Bailey. I mean, that just.
I mean, I guess
Right there.
he's calling. What are the predictions for tomorrow?
Yeah, you're putting some high honors on yourself here. You better be careful. You're Mark Man.
He's been saying this, and I will give it to him though. He has been saying since the end of Supercross. He said I can't wait for WW Southwick. I think it was just those two. And
Red Bud.
he did Red Bud, but he did better at WW. So I guess there is something to it.
Onto something.
There's something
I'm
to
not
it.
gonna put myself in anything, but I'm just gonna do my best tomorrow, and hopefully, that will do it.
That was much better.
Can you give me some prediction?
Some prediction.
Some goal. Just give me
My
a goal.
goal?
Give me a goal.
I will be first out in practice tomorrow.
Okay, well you're out first every weekend. This guy battles with me first lap of practice.
How do you do it though? It's like it's not easy.
I
to-
just go before the green flag drops.
Yeah, you just.
That's how you get
drop
out
the
front.
hammer. I usually see this guy. I scrub every jump harder than him, and therefore I get in front of him.
Yeah, but you guys take off like a start of a damn race at practice now.
Wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in gear, clutch engaged, wide open
Yes.
before the dude even gets on
noticed.
the track.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
My bike overheats due to the fact that I'm wide open for so
But
long.
if I don't do it, I'm guaranteed 5 positions worse in practice. I don't know why.
If you're not out front.
I'm not out front. I don't know what it is, but I'm guaranteed 3 positions worse.
If you're not the first guy.
Well, if I stay back and I hold back, you can count me out for practice. I ain't gonna be good.
Wow. All right, so take nothing out of the times. Don't even read into them.
No.
It depends on where you started.
It's like a race. Like if you start up front, you're gonna be good.
So weird.
It's like we have 4 motos out there. It's not even practice anymore. I don't
So
understand.
for you show speed during the week. Does that help take a little pressure off on weekends and be like, hey, I know I have it. It's gonna come around. Like, does that, or is that almost more frustrating?
It can be more frustrating. Like last year, I was more frustrated, but it goes to show you how fast everyone really is. I mean, there's guys that I know before the outdoor season starts, you go out to Paula and the star guys will put it to you.
Yeah.
Like you think you're riding amazing, and there's a guys that will just absolutely annihilate you. And then, but if they came to our practice track, it would be similar.
I see.
When we ride a track kind of all year, you tend to get fast on that track. Whether some guys are faster than others, but race day, everyone's on an even playing field.
How do you keep your confidence up, so to speak? Like you're getting better, you're getting better, you're getting better. How do you leave each weekend like not bummed, but like happy? Because it's hard to figure out what's progress. I don't know how you have a number on that.
I know during the week, like for me, I'm happy if I feel like I got better.
Yeah.
Like even if it's something super minor, whether I got the bike better or my technique a little better, I'm happy with that. And then racing, if I get good starts, I prioritize starts is like the main thing, and then how well I ride. Because lately, last weekend was better. A couple weekends before that, I would get a good start, not ride very good, and then get dropped back.
Yeah.
And so
I got past this guy literally every moto. He has been starting like a friggin'. It's killing the starts. I don't understand.
practice, man. MTF.
Oh, he's got the MTF plug right there.
No, he's got quite a few of those. He's been good at that.
Colleen is gonna be pumped next week.
Except for that beat up Motion Pro chair.
She does not get pumped, I can promise you that.
No, she's gonna be so good.
If I go 1-1 on the day, she'll be pumped. Anything less than
Like
that,
your dad?
You won't even
Yeah.
ride the next day.
Oh, bull.
You'll be on vacation.
I'll give Colleen one thing. Her little Brian, big Brian, they freaking work hard. Like, it don't matter. Like Colleen, it don't matter if there's a hurricane, tornado, we ain't getting off the track, and she'll be standing right in the middle of the track. Like,
It's unbelievable.
Bob, you're ruining my thing.
Hey, you're
interrupting after
That's what I'm talking about. If he,
For an hour before, he never shut
He's just as bad though. You get on the phone with this guy, you can never hang up.
He's better at texting than you are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the podcast, it's gonna be like 4 hours. It might be longer than Steve's. Steve is 5 hours.
Dude, I'm hitching my wagons to you. That is your calling.
I'm thinking the name Real Life Hack.
Real life hack. Not moto related.
I mean, not really, no. You can just talk about like stories of going to local races and Loretta's.
I'm down, man. You got skills.
I have a feeling if he makes the podcast, I'm gonna be on at least probably every other week.
No. Okay, see, this is the problem. Chase is already wanting to get on the podcast.
that's why I'm
This is how he
predicting. I'm
plays
predicting.
it.
I don't think he wants to.
No, he does. Trust
Oh,
me.
he does, okay.
This guy's conniving.
No, it's what's gonna happen.
He gets what he wants.
This is what's gonna happen. He's not gonna get anybody on his podcast. He's gonna call me up. I'm gonna be the last pick for him, and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'll help you out, Jordan. I'm a friend. It's all right. I don't care if I'm the last pick.
I have a certain someone that we can do episode 1, and it'll be a massive hit.
Not him.
No.
Not you.
Who is it? He doesn't have
A
anybody.
certain someone.
He doesn't have anybody.
That's a ghost.
That means he doesn't have anybody.
Ahem. Side note, everybody. Jordan Bailey's friends with James Stewart. That's who he's talking about. If he could do a podcast with him, he'd be big. Okay, back to the arguing. Oh, if you roll that out, that's it. Retire.
Don't say it.
No, I'm not saying the name. But if you do it, just have one episode and be done, because you'll be king.
That'll be it.
Wait, just sneak a recorder. Oh, I know who it is. Just sneak a recorder out there.
Oh, dude.
Publish it and get out. Don't say the name. Don't say the name. Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
I know who it is. Oh yeah.
Do one.
Need a name incognito though.
If you get that, just retire. Do one show and be done.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods would be pretty good, but I don't know it'd be the same. I don't know it'd be the same.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Oh yeah, if you do that, you won't even have to race for the rest of your life.
No, you won't. You have the race ever again.
No, I know exactly who it is now.
Hey, do you guys ever... Okay, wait. Isn't Tiger like Orlando based still?
No, West Palm.
Jupiter.
Oh, not even close. Like, there's not even like... Are there sightings every once in a while?
If he was in Orlando, this guy would find him.
Well,
This
that's
guy
what I'm getting
seriously
at.
has found every person that lives in Orlando that's famous.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, you have never had Tiger Woods interaction?
No, but I mean,
I'm shocked, actually.
I don't know if you ever seen the Tiger Woods story of the whole dilemma that he had.
Oh, yeah.
But I
Navy
think it was
SEAL.
a fire hydrant that he ran into with his Cadillac.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's still there. Or a
You-
tree.
Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, I
You
can.
probably know where it is.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
He staked it out.
Yeah.
He knows where it is.
He knows where it is.
This guy, he knows so many people. I'm like, dude, how? But if you talk to him, he talks like it's going on style. So I mean, hey.
Oh, Dad's back.
Yeah.
I've been interviewing your son for an hour, just waiting for you to return, so we can
Jabberjaws.
finally
No.
Dude, he does not stop.
I told you.
You're telling me on road trips to the races you're annoyed with how much talking?
Stop. Non-stop.
I get it. from
Listening
him,
to
though.
SpongeBob when he was a little kid and him jabbering the whole way.
And SpongeBob was actually that was better. Like
Oh,
you would
yeah.
keep the SpongeBob
I've
on,
never
but Jordan
seen-
shut
I've
up.
never seen SpongeBob yet, but I heard it the whole time.
You would keep that on and tell him to shut up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that didn't work either.
He kept going.
Even SpongeBob didn't make it work.
I think what I have to do is just hit stop now. When he starts his own podcast, I'm dead. I'm done. I'm out of work.
It'll be like 10 hours long.
All right, that's all we could handle. Yes, 10 hours. We went 1 hour with Bailey and his friends, Sexton and Osborne and Hewitt and everybody else involved. That's all we could do. This guy can talk. When he starts a podcast and when he gets his ghost friend on, it's over. Watch out, Zach Osborne. Stuck in Neutral is coming for you. Thank you to Yoshimura, our title sponsor. Thanks for them for hanging in there while I didn't do a podcast for 3 weeks. We're going to double up on pods. We're going to do a ton of pods and try to get as much as we can get done quickly to make up for the ones we missed. Hope you enjoyed this hour with Jordan Bailey. Go to racerxonline.com/99cents. 3-month trial of both RacerX in print and digital for less than $1 for the entire 3 months. Are you kidding me? Do it. Do it now. Yoshimura-rd.com. That's their website. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.